against the Town of Shandaken Zoning Board of Appeals and the Town of Shandaken Planning Board. And whereas said lawsuit seeks various forms of relief. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Shandaken hereby retains the firm of Jacobowitz and Gubitz, LLP of Walden, New York, to file an answer to said lawsuit on behalf of the named defendants and to assert any affirmative defense and counterclaims and to seek denial of any relief as may be appropriate, and to represent the Town of Shandaken in all legal proceedings associated with said actions in the need of adoption.
Second.
Board Member Bartlett?
Yes.
Board Member Bernstein?
Yes.
Board Member Higley?
I'm recusing.
Board Member Jordan?
Yes.
Resolution 5313, establishing standard workday for New York State retirement system. Whereas the Town of Shandaken and certain employees, elected and appointed, may participate in the New York State Employees Retirement System. And whereas the New York State Retirement System requires the establishment of standard workday based on the amount of time each employee contributes to their jobs. Be it resolved that the Town of Shandaken hereby establish the standard workday for all elected and appointed positions within the Town of Shandaken at 7 hours per day, excepting all highway and police employees, highway superintendent, police chief, which shall be 8 hours per day, and move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member Bartlett?
Yes.
Board Member Bernstein?
Yes.
Board Member Higley?
Yes.
Board Member Jordan?
Yes.
Just for clarification on the previous resolution 52-13, Board Member Higley recused himself, and just the grounds for that.
I'm going to possibly be in litigation with that attorney, with that firm of attorney.
Resolution 5413 advertises for gravel crushing. Whereas the Town of Shandaken Highway Department is seeking bids for crushing of item 4 of the town-owned gravel bank. Specifications are available at the Highway Superintendent's Office, 7209 Route 28, Shandaken, New York, or by calling 845-688-9901. Therefore, be it resolved that bids will be received at the Town Clerk's Office, Shandaken Town Hall, 7209 Route 28, Post Office Box 67, Shandaken, New York, 12480, no later than 3 p.m. on Monday, March 4th, 2013, to be opened at the regular Town Board meeting scheduled for 7 p.m. that evening. And I move its adoption.
I'll second that.
Board Member Bartlett?
Yes.
Board Member Bernstein?
Yes.
Board Member Higley?
Yes.
Board Member Jordan?
Yes.
Resolution number 55-13, interim secretary to highway superintendent. Whereas under section 20, notes of decision 9 of the town law, the town board shall appoint all employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the highway superintendent, that Susan M. Christiana be appointed to serve as interim secretary to the highway superintendent and to serve at his pleasure, and to be paid $12.06 per hour, not to exceed $23,156 for the remainder of the calendar year 2013 when performing the duties of said office, and move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member Bartlett?
Yes.
Board Member Bernstein?
Yes.
Board Member Higley?
Yes.
Board Member Jordan?
Yes.
Resolution 5613, interim Phoenicia Water District bookkeeper. Whereas under section 20 of the town law, the town board should designate all appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Susan M. Christiana be and hereby is appointed interim bookkeeper for the Phoenicia Water District to be paid an hourly wage of $10.30, not to exceed $2,532 for the remainder of the calendar year 2013, and move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member Bartlett?
Yes.
Board Member Bernstein?
Yes.
Board Member Higley?
Yes.
Board Member Jordan?
Yes.
Resolution number 57-13, secretary bookkeeper to the supervisor. Whereas under section 29, subsection 15 of the town law, the town board may authorize the supervisor to make a designation for the position of full-time secretary bookkeeper to the supervisor. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board approve the appointment of Diane O'Donnell to serve at the pleasure of the supervisor and receives $11.01 per hour, not to exceed $18,497 for the remainder of the calendar year 2013, when discharging the duties of said office. And I move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member Bartlett? Yes. Board Member Bernstein?
Yes.
Board Member Higley?
Yes.
Board Member Jordan?
Yes.
Resolution number 5813, resolution in support of the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution. Whereas the right of the people to keep and bear arms is guaranteed as an individual right under the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution and under the Constitution of the State of New York. And whereas the right of the people to keep and bear arms for defense of life, liberty, and property is regarded as an inalienable right by the people of the town of Shandaken, Ulster County, New York. And whereas the people of the town of Shandaken, Ulster County, New York derive economic benefit from all safe forms of firearms recreation, hunting, and shooting conducted within Shandaken using all types of firearms allowable under the United States Constitution and the Constitution of the State of New York. And whereas the Shandaken Town Board, being elected to represent the people of Shandaken and being duly sworn by their oath of office to uphold the United States Constitution and the Constitution of the State of New York, and whereas the New York State Assembly and the New York State Senate, being elected by the people of the State of New York and being duly sworn by their oath of office to uphold the United States Constitution and the Constitution of the State of New York, and whereas the legislation passed by the New York State Assembly and Senate infringes on the right to keep and bear arms and would ban the possession and use of firearms now employed by individual citizens of the town of Shandaken for the defense of life, liberty, and property, and would ban the possession and use of firearms now employed for safe forms of firearms recreation, hunting, and shooting within the town of Shandaken, Ulster County, New York. And whereas the town of Shandaken Town Board believes that there are many other less intrusive means available other than the rash, confusing, and inarticulately drafted firearms laws that would effectively control, manage, and reduce violence in our society, such as mental health reforms, anti-bullying programs in our schools, the enforcement of the existing laws to the fullest extent possible, the addressing of the universal availability of extremely violent video games and movies to our youth, and a proper psychological counseling for those in need or who request it. Therefore, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Shandaken does hereby oppose the enactment of any legislation that would infringe upon the right of the people to keep and bear arms, and consider such laws to be unnecessary and beyond lawful legislative authority granted to our state representatives, as there is no documented correlation between gun control measures and crime reduction. Be it further resolved that the town clerk send a certified copy of this resolution to each of the following: President Barack H. Obama, Vice President Joseph Biden, U.S. Senator Charles Schumer, U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, U.S. Congressman Chris Gibson, New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo, New York State Senator James L. Seward, New York State Assemblyman Kevin Cahill, Ulster County Executive Michael P. Hine, Ulster County Legislative Chair Terry Bernardo, and Ulster County Legislator John Parity. I move for adoption.
Second.
Board Member Bartlett.
No, discussion, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Discussion. I'd like to propose that we at least table this resolution.
So what, does that just get?
Chip.
I'm just asking. Chip.
Well, I'm asking to table it. I don't feel it has a place here. I'm sorry, I know we have a long talk, but I voiced, but I didn't feel it belonged.
Well, I respect your opinion.
Yeah, okay. So I'd like to make a motion that we table this resolution.
Why do we want to table?
Should get put on hold.
Is there a second?
It's unresolved.
No second for me. We've already seconded this. Is there any other discussion?
It's unresolved. Chip. Chip.
Town clerk, do we have a vote?
Put it to a vote.
okay. Board Member Bartlett, do we have a second on it?
Yes.
Do you second? Okay. Board Member Bartlett?
No.
No. Board Member Bernstein?
Yes.
Board Member Higley?
Yes.
Board Member Jordan?
Yes.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Memory of.
I'm sorry, I'd like to make, before we close, I'd like to make this adjournment in memory of Elizabeth Rasco Andruzzi and Barbara Ishbach. We have a moment of silence for those Shandaken residents. Moment of silence. Thank you.
That's the best thing that happened here all night.
Got a little bit of
Can you imagine getting